Okay, bell ringer. Heck, it won't take you long at all. I just wanted to give you another point. Describe what a correlation is. There you go. Describe what a correlation is. There you go. I'm going to give you a minute for this. This won't take you long. All right, so what is a correlation? What do we have? What do we got here, Hannah? What is a correlation? Yeah, good job. So it is a measurement of the relationship between two variables. So if you'll see in your experiment project presentations, if there's a relationship between the two variables, you'll probably find some data, some information, a chart expressing that relationship. And a correlational chart is used X-Y axis, and depending on if there is a relationship, you might have a positive, a negative, or no correlation. Okay, we went over some of those examples yesterday. All right, so let's go over the activity from yesterday real quick with the correlational charts here. Number one, the scatter plot shows the population of California from 1997 to 2002. What kind of correlation exists between them? We'll go around the room here. Sarah, what do you got? Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, you're all right. Yeah, positive. Good job. So it's going in a positive slope, right? So every year kind of going up and the population increases. So it's positive. So each year that increases depending on the year. Two, what kind of correlation does the statement describe? As the number of workers increases, the number of days required to complete a work decreases. Okay. Assume each person work at the same rate. So number two, what do you have here? Michaela? Negative. Yep, good job. Negative correlation. Good. So as the number of workers increases, okay, depending on if you have them on the X or Y axis, right, the number of days required to complete a work decreases. So we can see that as a negative correlation. Good. All right, three. Positive correlation means, Hannah? Yeah, with a positive slope. Okay, usually going up top right corner. Good. Negative correlation means, what do you got, Sarah? Yeah, good job. Good job. All right. So yeah, we know that as the slope going in the opposite direction then. So bottom right corner. Points that cannot be approximated by a line have, Michaela? No correlation. Good job. No correlation. 6. The number of women competing in a beauty contest from 1995 to 1999 is shown in a table. Is it reasonable to represent the data by an equation of the best fitting line? What do you got here, Hannah? Why is that? You don't know? Sarah, what do you have?
I said, I don't know why I said no, but I believe I was trying to say yes because there's like a trend.
Yeah, there is a trend. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. So, like, let's just say we'll do it right now. We'll put it up on the board. So for this one, it kind of made you draw a chart. And maybe you can do it in your heads too. That's fine too. So you do the chart here. Okay, the X, Y axis. I guess it really doesn't much matter which one you do. So let's just say years. We'll put it at the bottom. What does it start off with? 95. It goes to 99. Right, 95. 96, 97, 98, and 90. No. Okay. The other axis, what we have, number of women. Number of women. This is say participating. You should have that. They should be a little more descriptive with it. Oh well, what can you do? You have 25. 68, okay. So obviously you probably do it at a different, maybe like 5, 10, 15, 20, or 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. All right, you'd have it at, but I'm just going to put the numbers up to represent it, okay, if that's okay. 107. Okay. I want 200? No, 155 and then 200. All right, so then 95, all right, 96. Yep, 97. Yep, 98 and 99. So you can see that as a positive correlation moving forward, moving up. Okay. For your year or your number of women, you probably do like a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, moving up all the way up until you get to 200. All right, but just to save time, I just put the 25, 68. We name it to actually put on that chart the numbers. But we see it has a positive correlation, so yes. Okay, yes. Are there any questions on that? You can maybe do it in your head. Okay, that's kind of how I did it. Or if you needed to, you could just draw it out. That's fine too. You might see something on the test. Well, I guess not, because a Google form, it's going to be hard to do that. I don't know if you even can. All right, 7. The number of boys and girls in different grades of a school are given in a table. Pick the appropriate scatter plot for the data. All right, so we can see the data here, grades 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Boys 20, 30, 40, 60, 80, and girls 25, 28, 35, 45, 65. Okay, so what plot would really represent that data respectfully right there? What do we have? Where are we at now? I can't even remember. Michaela. Plot 1. Yep, good job. Plot 1. Okay, that represents the data there. So with the boys, it's in yellow. Okay, that's at 20, so that represents it good. Girls, 25 right there. All right, 30, 28, very similar where those points are in 9th grade. 10th grade, we see the boys at 40 and them at 35, the girls, so that represents it good. 11th, 60, 45, so you can see the data kind of separating there already. And 12th grade, we have 80, 65, so that represents it real well. Good. All right, is there any questions on that? Again, it's going to be basic if you see it on the exam at all. Okay, that's just, I wanted to go over that, make sure we're good. Do you want me to go over the dependent independent variables? I know that was like a week ago, but a week ago. No, just kidding. I can go over that if you'd like me to. Are we all good on that? I know I forgot to just because of snow days. All right, we're good. All right, next thing I wanted to go over is the expectations for the experiment. So I mentioned it a little bit yesterday, the project I'll have you do. I want to have that ready to go for Wednesday. I mean, maybe if it's we'll see, I guess. Maybe I'll push it back depending where we're at. Okay, but I'm planning on it for Wednesday, March 3rd. Okay, March 3rd. Still planning test Tuesday. I'll post that. Oh, it did post. Good. I'm still planning for the test on Tuesday, the 2nd. All right, so with the experiment project, all right, I just grabbed it from the slide. You can see it in the slide as well. All right, but I want you to find the topic of research and the experiment that you choose, the hypothesis, so you can just label that in the slides and really just be descriptive of it. So your operational definition of the hypothesis, so explain it. Okay, detail what they're measuring with the independent variable, well, what's changed, the independent variable, and what's being measured with the dependent variable, and really explain if there's any type of experimental controls, control groups, things like that, controlled variables, if there's confounding variables. Right, make sure you include that within your study. Some of them might not have experimental controls or a control group. So, all right, there just might not be. You just have to do the research on it. Data collected. All right, so what kind of data do they gather from that experiment? Was it useful? Was it conclusive? Right? How do they represent it? How do they show it? So is there any charts or examples that you can put in your slides to show the data that was reached, that was gathered? Results. Analyze the results. So did they prove their hypothesis? Maybe some cases they might not even have some sort of hypothesis. Maybe it was just some of like a simulation. Kind of explained that the other day with the Stanford prison experiment. Maybe there wasn't any type of independent variable. Right, conclusions. All right, is that, how can we maybe measure it with ethics? All right, a lot of these experiments you're going to do research on cross the lines. All right, crosses the, I guess you say, ethical standards. So maybe include of why this experiment is significant. Why is it impactful? Why is it important? Okay. And then obviously cite an APA. So I post that in the beginning of the year under general information. I can show you again where that's located. The APA citations, if it's an article, if it's a book, if it's an online resource that you're using. So make sure you're citing it appropriately. So you can have a citation page on the back of your, at the end of your presentation. So use a Prezi, Google Slide, all right, to do that. Oh, and the last thing, so along with your presentation, obviously I want that. Don't read straight from the slides, okay? Maybe have a couple bullet points up and just be descriptive, explain it. All right, so it just shows that I know you're understanding your concept of your ability to present the information from your knowledge and your understanding of it rather than just reading off the slides. So that means just don't copy and paste information on it. I think we'll be good in this class. We don't have to worry about that. And then finally, just a page, 1 page, 2 page response of it, okay? So yeah, you have your presentation, your slides, and then just explain the experiment. You're pretty much doing the same thing, right? But I just want you to have a well-written paper, 1 to 2 pages, that's it, of the experiment, okay? Pretty much the same expectations, the objectives from what we have here with the presentation. Okay, just kind of go through it. The independent variables here, the hypothesis, here's the operational definition of it. Here's any type of experimental controls, control group. If you want to, throw in some of the data, throw in some of the information that they gathered, the data that they gathered. Okay, maybe it's a histogram, maybe it's a scatter plot, pie chart, whatever. Okay, conclusion, so the ethics, right? So you're just really restating it in a format. And then I'd like you to cite that in APA. Okay, cite that in APA. All right, is there any questions on it? We good? So you have some days to work on it. Heck, I'll give you the rest of the day to work on it. I know it's kind of just thrown at you right now, and I didn't want to do that. We kind of flew through the chapter pretty quick, and that's good. I'm glad we did, okay? But I'll let you guys work on that for today, and Monday, if we have any time left after the review, I'll let you guys work on it. And then Tuesday is our exam. So after exam, shouldn't take you the whole period. You can work on it as well. All right. So I want to give you some time to work on it. What's up, Hannah?
Are you checking our voting and vocab?
Yes, I will. Yep. Thank you for reminding me. I would have forgot. So have your vocab ready to roll here right now, and your bell ringers, I'll come and grade them. And then here, real quick, I'd like you to go through them right now. Look through the experiments. Like I said, if there's one on there or one that's not on there that you'd like to study, please let me know, okay? and you can definitely research it. If there's one on there that really intrigues you that you know a little bit about already and it's not on the list, you can study it. Just let me know about it. Okay, just let me know about it. But there's a list for you to kind of guide through, maybe some of them that very important, significant ones, and you can study that. Okay, you guys good? What we're doing, and then the rubrics here at the bottom. Okay. All right. That's all I have. For those of you at home, please post your vocab and your bell ringers to this announcement so I can grade them.